Today, mathematicians, we're going to be learning how to multiply a 4-digit number by a 1-digit number. We're going to learn two strategies, and the first one is the standard algorithm. If you can multiply a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number, then this is going to be really easy for you. In the standard algorithm, the first thing we need to do is take our two numbers and put them on top of each other, being very careful to line up our place values. I'm going to write nice and big. Times 5. Now all I'm going to do in the standard algorithm is I'm going to take each of the digits in 9086 and multiply each of them in turn by 5. And I will start in the ones place. 6 times 5, 8 times 5, 0 times 5, and 9 times 5, carrying as I go. I'll use a different color for each place value. So if we start in the ones place, we need to multiply 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. So I would put my 0 and carry my 3 over to my next place value. Now I need to do my next digit over, 8 times 5. So what you're going to do here is you'll multiply your 8 times your 5, and then you will add in the number that you carried. So 8 times 5 is 40, and then I need to add in that 3 that I carried. So I would get 43. So I would write my 3 and then carry my 4. My next step is to multiply 5 times 0. 5 times 0 is 0, and then I need to add the 4 that I carried. 0 plus 4 is 4. Last step, I need to do 9 times 5. 9 times 5 is 45, and I have no number that I carried this time, so I can just write 45. My comma would go right here, so there it is. 9,086 times 5 is 45,430. And that's the standard algorithm. Let's see another way that you could do this same multiplication problem. Another strategy that you can use to do 4 digits times 1 digit is the partial product strategy. Partial means part, and product means to multiply. So it basically means that we're multiplying each part of the number one at a time. You would still line up your numbers nice and big, just like you did with your standard algorithm. And you're still going to go through and multiply each of your numbers by the 5. Except in partial products, there's no carrying. You might be wondering, how could I do multiplication without carrying? Well, here's how it works. Instead of putting all of your numbers on one row, you're going to go step by step and create 4 rows. We have 4 numbers to multiply by the 5, so we're going to create 4 rows. So first of all, we will start with 5 times 7. I will again use my colors. So 5 times 7 is right here. And we know that 5 times 7 is 35. Instead of carrying, I'm just going to write 35, just like that. 5 times 7 is 35. Now I'm going to move on to my next place value. Here I have 8 times 5, but this 8 is in the tens place. So it's not 8 times 5, it's actually 80 times 5. So I can use my zeros trick when I'm doing 80 times 5. I can think inside my brain, what is 8 times 5? 8 times 5 is 40, and then I can take my 0 and put it on the end. So 80 times 5 is 400. Next step, I'll use my next color. Next I have 5 times 0 hundreds. Well, anything times 0 is just 0. That was an easy one. Last one, I have 5 times 9, but this 9 is in the thousands place. So it's actually 9,000 times 5. So again, I can use my zeros trick. I can ask myself, well, what's 9 times 5? 45. And then I can go ahead and take those 3 zeros and put them on the end there. Then I need to very carefully take my 45,000 and put it on the bottom of my algorithm here. So I have 3 zeros in 45,000 and then the 45. My very last step is to add all my numbers together, just like in standard algorithm. 5 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 0 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 0 is 4. And 45 plus nothing is 45. So there's our answer. 9,087 times 5 is 45,435. And that's the partial product strategy for you to decide if you prefer that over the standard algorithm.